Howdy, howdy, Dragoon here, back with more Halo 4 tips. If this is your first time, welcome aboard. If you are a regular passenger, well then let's just continue on to our journey of getting better at Halo 4. I learned a lot this week. There's plenty of things to talk about. I'll go over the 3 gameplays we're going to look at in this video and then bust into the tips because I don't have a lot of time. Been playing a lot of King of the Hill, been playing a lot of Slayer Pro, really enjoying the game, and in fact, I have indeed signed up to play some GB 1v1s. Dragoon's going to get his, stuff rocked in, and I'm sure it's going to be really hard, but hey, I figured it would be fun, and maybe it would be a cool way for me to show you guys some videos of playing really competitive players and probably getting the crap kicked out of me by really competitive players. So, the first gameplay is a SWAT on Haven that has a kill tack. Second one, we're going to talk about rushing power weapons, and that is a Slayer Pro on Solace. Finally, we'll wrap up with the 30 kill snipers on Exile. Let's talk about these loadouts of Doom that I discovered this week that are pretty awesome. You need to give ammo a try for your support upgrade. Not only does it give you more starting ammo for your main weapon, but here's the kicker. More ammo for your ordnance. That's right. Instead of, if you got a rocket in an ordnance, instead of that coming with just 6 rockets total, 8 rockets total. And that applies for everything. I was with Mr. Random yesterday and I got a rocket launcher and a binary rifle. And when you have extra ammo in both of those weapons, those 2 extra shots, or however much it is, it's different with each weapon. It is crazy. It's so legit. I promise you, if you can learn to live without dexterity. Dexterity is great for montage clips. I will say that. I like dexterity a lot. But since I've been playing Team Slayer Pro and a lot of SWAT, I've just not needed it most of the time. The reload for the DMR already is pretty quick. So give ammo a try for your support upgrade. And then finally, if you use regen paired with shielding, it's pretty imba. They work together in a really cool way. So a lot of folks who use shielding think that, oh, my shields are popped. I've got shielding. They're just going to recharge faster. That's not the case. What shielding does is the amount of time it takes the bar to fill up, that's faster. But the cooldown between when your shield is popped is the exact same for every player. So if you use regen paired with that shielding, that makes your bar fill up much faster once it starts to fill up. Here's the kill tack, by the way. They just kind of lined up right there. That was nice. If you use regen with the shielding, oh my gosh, you just walk in and out of the shielding while you're in a gunfight, and your health is constantly refilling like an overshield. Very quick, very fast pace. Let's talk about on the map ordnance. As you see here, this is the beginning of a Solace game, Team Slayer Pro. My first priority, and your first priority, just like old school Halo games, is getting your hands on the power weapons. And especially on Solace, the incineration cannon gives you an instant lead, instant momentum in your favor that you're going to want to use and abuse. So be focused on picking up those on-the-map ordnance drops. Playing Team Slayer Pro will help this out a lot. There's no radar, there's no personal ordnance to get in the way. It's very good to practice it. Every 2 minutes once the game starts, and for 2-minute intervals for the rest of the game, there will be random ordnance drops on the map. That'll continue throughout the game as I handle that engagement poorly. And I believe, yeah, this next clip is a little bit later in the game. Notice the incineration cannon's about to come up. I make sure that it's my full priority to get a hold of that and maintain control of it. I'm playing with Mr. Random right now, so I'm telling him, yo, I've got the incineration cannon over here. If I die, you need to come pick it up. And then I do end up dying. My teammate takes that guy out, and he's a real nice player, and he lets me have the cannon back. Or he just didn't know that I had the cannon. One of the two, and I feel bad because I accidentally betray him here in a second. But you need to be communicating when you have the power weapons also. That'll be something I touched on in the last clip that you'll see is the communication. And I'll link you guys to just one of the best articles I have ever read about communication in Halo. So, continuing on, play Slayer Pro. I've really liked it. There's no radar, which alleviates a lot of the frustrations that you'll find in Infinity Slayer. And let's actually check this section out right here, because I totally biffed the shot, and I want to point it out, so hopefully you guys do differently. I didn't want to hit that planter in front of me because I knew it would kill me, so instead I shot behind him. What I should have done is just pulled the crosshairs to the left in the direction that he was running and tried to shoot in front of his path instead of wasting the last shot. It's just kind of nitpicky, but honestly, that's how we get better. If you can't point out the moments where you choke or make mistakes, then you're going to have a hard time improving. So try out Slayer Pro. Stick with your team. This is something I'm seeing a lot of folks complain about. Team shot's so good, I had bad randoms. You're always going to have bad randoms. But you can make choices to counter this by sticking with your team. If they're not responding to your callouts, if they're not responding to your deaths or your gunfights, or if it just seems like they're in a completely different area code every time you're spawning into the map, focus on trying to group up with your teammates. Listen so intently to their engagements. Anytime you hear a gunfight, you should be cluing in and making decisions about, okay, that guy's over there, that guy's over there, I need to do this, I need to move here, because if I go here, then maybe that guy will be there. You always need to be running those scenarios through your head. And if your teammates just plain simple stink, well, then you hang out with them, you tail their butts tightly, you stick together as a unit, and hopefully that'll lead to more kills. It can be challenging. I do understand what it's like playing with bad randoms. I play by myself quite often in this game just because I've always enjoyed that aspect of Halo, playing with randoms. I know it's a team game, and it's a totally different ballpark when you're playing with others, but for the most part, I do enjoy playing by myself just to get a feel of the game, aim, certain things, I don't know, running circumstances over and over again. Your accuracy has to be beast, you have to be staying calm under pressure. A lot of things that I could do entire videos on, but like I said, I'm just bombarding you all with stuff right now. The last thing I want to talk about is clean communication, because that's just pretty much, that's what's going to separate an amateur player from a pro player, is how well you can communicate. And I'm going to link, like I said, an article down below to just probably the best Halo-based tip article I've ever read on a forum. It's like StarCraft level of awesome, basically. It's a guy talking about pro-level communication and why it's important and what the difference between amateur communication is between pros. It's important. Maybe you give it a read. If not, I'll surmise it really quickly. You know, the most rudimentary form of communication is call-outs, basically yelling, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's top red, he's top blue, top window. And I tend to fall into this trap a lot myself. The pros call out, but for the most part, they're having a conversation with each other, and they're talking directly to each other. It's not just these weird, blatant, he's over here, he's over here, he's over here. Like, you need to talk with your teammate and be like, yo, Vito, I'm up top mid, push with me here, pull back, I got you. All right, pull back, man. Nice, good play. And you want to be just having a mini conversation throughout the game. It's like, Vito, I died over here. You might want to look to your left. That kind of thing. Instead of just barking orders or barking locations, because a lot of times people aren't going to respond to that. And I've got to practice this, to be honest. I want to do some game battles 2v2s. Check this shot out right here. Poo-koo. Yeah. Let's check it out one more time, man. I love this shot. That's why I've included it in the gameplay. Oh! Oh, don't jump. It's like whack-a-mole up here. Don't you jump. Dragoon loves team snipers. I love this playlist. I'm sad they took it away. So I'll link the communication article down below. I really want to just enforce the importance of not just yelling out call-outs to your teammates, not just barking out locations, but trying to have a conversation with them and trying to move together as a unit and being like, hey, man, he's on red street. I'll push first. You nade. Okay, go left. I'll go right. Nice. Good pinch. That kind of thing. And a lot of it is straight up down to morale. If you're yelling and barking orders and getting angry at your teammates, and if you start to convey that in your voice, you're going to immediately start to suffer and play worse. That's just how it is. If you play League of Legends, the moment anybody starts blaming a teammate or gets negative or starts to throw the morale off the course of an uphill scale or a positive scale, you will do badly. And the same is true with Halo. The moment you start to be like, ugh, oh, I can't believe that guy sucks. Lag. Oh, how do I keep dying? Those things might happen and you might get frustrated, but don't let it affect your team morale. Focus on the positives. Focus on, oh, I just grizzed that guy's head off. That kind of energy will motivate your team. I promise. I promise it is like a momentum force. If you guys start building that confidence, that positive key call-outs where you're like, huh, that guy just got owned. We're killing this. Or when you lose, understanding like, well, we made a quick mistake. Instead of getting negative, instead of blaming, and instead of barking orders, you're going to improve a lot. Let me get some water. All right, so what did we talk about in this? We talked about the loadouts of Doom, how you need to try the ammo support upgrade, which will not only give you more starting ammo, but also give you more ammo for your ordinances. I mentioned that regen and shielding is really powerful. Give that a try. It's really awesome. Focus on rushing the power weapons on the map and try Team Slayer Pro. I think it'll help your game out quite a bit because then it forces you to communicate when there's no radar. And hopefully this last little bit, these exile clips where I talked about communication, was helpful. But I really recommend that you check out the article that I'm going to link down below, because it does a far better job than I could explain in this short period of time. I'm going to try and keep these tip videos coming. I'm incredibly busy with school, everybody, and I have replay reviews to do in the whole 9 yards. But if you have things or specifics you want to hear about, please let me know down below. That'll help me out a big amount, and hopefully this video was helpful. I'll catch you all next time. Later.